So that's a thing now. It has been for the last probably 2 weeks, week and a half, 2 weeks. I'm supposed to be using a walker, but okay. The reason I haven't done an update before now, since I was able to walk, was this infection in my arm has continued to be extremely persistent, and we've been dealing with it, trying to do antibiotics to clear it up, and that didn't work. So we scheduled a surgery late week before last, and couldn't get an available time to operate until Thursday of last week. So this being Monday, it's been 4 whole days maybe. Yeah, it's late Monday, so it's been 4 whole days, let's say. Post-op, a lot of the swelling has gone down in my arm that the infection was causing. I don't know that it's cleared up because I've got a new sore spot right here that's bubbled up a little bit, and the spot he operated on was way up here. Anyway, he cut my arm open about maybe 5 inches from top to bottom and cleaned it out as best as he could and stitched it back up. Cut right through the middle of probably a $50 size sore that I had on the back of my elbow. And it was so deep when the blister from it popped that all that skin peeled back, and there's this giant $50 sized area on the back of my elbow that was just absolutely raw. I couldn't touch it with anything because of horrible pain in it, and even the wound dressing that we put on it made it hurt. So there was just no way to get comfortable, and thank goodness the thing only really popped open and decided to get that raw 2 days before surgery was scheduled. So it was lucky for me it got handled in as timely a fashion as it did. Like I say, because the swelling's gone down, my elbow straightens out more than it would, and I think the swelling was stopping a lot of that, but still there's going to be bone issues with a crushed elbow. It's not letting it go all the way out, and it probably never will go completely straight. That's still what they're saying about that, but I already feel a lot better as far as the range of motion and stuff. I'm being pretty careful when I bend my arm up this way because there's a cut right back here. And that sore on the back of my elbow was so bad that he couldn't even pull all of my skin completely closed and stitch it up. It's just kind of stitched with a little gap in it. So I'm trying my very hardest to be careful and not rip that back open, because that would be bad. You can see on the leg front, while I was asleep for the arm surgery, he went ahead and did what they call a manipulation on my knee that I was having so much trouble getting range of motion and getting smooth movement out of. It basically felt like I had cereal where oil should be between those joints, and it was crunching every time I would move. Well, that was a big scar tissue buildup from the surgery and the accident and all that. So while I was asleep, he went in there and he took my foot and pushed it way back here. And I didn't see the picture, but my wife got to see the picture that the surgeon took of him holding my foot back here close to my head. Just how he had my knee bent all the way up. And of course now it won't go quite that far because I'm not asleep, and there's still pain to kind of block range of motion, but it will bend further than it would before, and it does feel a lot better than it did before. Even stuff like weight bearing, where I stand on that one leg and try to walk around a little bit, is a lot easier, and it feels a lot smoother and a lot less crunchy. So that is all very, very, very good stuff. Good progress. Kind of the same situation I was in the last time. Everything is going well, and the only thing I'm worried about is the infection in this arm, and supposedly that surgery has addressed it, and the antibiotics that I'm on right now post-op are going to address whatever might be left of it. And let's cross our fingers and hope that's the case, because this has gone on for way too long. I've been dealing with this infection since a week after I came home from surgery, and that's been 2 months ago now. So hopefully everything is good and we will start accelerating the healing process now that I don't have so much infection to worry about, and I can really get in there and do range of motion stuff without scar tissue and swollen limbs in the way. But other than that, that is this update. Everything going well, and all the dogs say hello. They're all freaking out a little bit because the weather radio went off. We're expecting storms a little bit later, and weather is one of the they get triggered by the weather and by loud noises and sirens and that kind of thing. So when the beeper on the weather radio went off, they all went nuts, and I couldn't hardly move. I was afraid to get up and walk because they were so close by me. I was afraid somebody was going to knock me over. Buck, because you're a silly big boy. He's too big for your own good. So anyway, that's where I'm at right now. Y'all have a good day. Ride safe if you ride.